Okay, everyone, here is the my review on the classic firearms AES 10B, or the Romanian RPK. Received it from my FFL on Tuesday this last week. Took about a week to ship. Not bad at all. Was about $22 and some change to ship it and this Romanian drum, 75 round drum, which shipped separate through the mail on a 2-day priority, which I thought was pretty good. That the gun and the drum itself shipped for $22 together, and actually this came earlier than the gun, the gun came through UPS. Anyway, to the gun itself, pretty standard AES 10B. The wood is okay on it. It's pretty decent. Little rough. That's pretty much the way they are. So if you want to refinish, not a big deal. I think that's my plans anyway down the road. No cracks or anything. The fitment is really pretty good on it. Overall, it's not too bad. It actually looks pretty good. So, but I think I'm going to finish it. We'll see what happens down the road. Gun came with a cleaning rod, which is nice. Also, it has the adjustable bipod, which some have affixed. This one happened to come with the adjustable. I don't know if they all will, or what the full story is on that. You could probably call Classic and ask them what their allotment is on these, if they have the adjustables or fixed or whatever. Maybe you could get them to pick you a fixed one or an adjustable, depending on that. I don't know for sure. You'd have to call them and ask them. I did mine through the internet, and I really didn't care either way. So the adjustability is kind of neat regardless. So, and up to the end of the barrel here, it's got the slash cut flash hider, whatever you want to call it, on the end there. I may change that to a barrel nut at some point, but it doesn't look bad. And to the average person, they're not going to know the difference regardless anyway. So whether it's true or not to the gun, not a big deal. As long as it fires, that's my main concern. The sights on it, not canted or tilted or bent or anything in any way. It has the adjustable windage on the back. They're a little sticky right now. A lot of things are oiled up pretty good, so a good thorough cleaning, of the gun itself is definitely in order, without a doubt. So, and I will definitely get to that here soon, because I plan on firing it today. It's a Saturday, so I have some time to do that. The top cover is a smooth top cover. I know some of them in the past, some guys have some that have a ribbed cover. Whether that's standard or supposed to be that way, I don't know. Definitely not an expert in these by no means. It does have a mount for optics on the side, which from what I've researched, it appears to be the AK mount. So if you want to put optics on it, you can, and I don't see any reason why you shouldn't be able to put optics on it. Some guys want to hold these true to being a light machine gun or whatever, but you know what? It's a semi-auto version for here in the States, and that's just the way it is. So if you want to put optics on it, to be honest with you, we'll see how it shoots, and if it actually shoots halfway decent, this could be a little prairie dog gun for me, to be honest. So, which would be a good thing. Why not have a 7.62 by 3.9 prairie dog gun if I can get by with it? So we'll try that out and see how accurate she does shoot. As far as the receiver itself, it does have the Romanian name stamped into it, which is probably hard to see, guys. The lighting is not the greatest here, but it's a Romanian receiver. And I'm not an expert on this part of it. Everybody says something about dimples where the magazine well is, and there are 4 little dimples, which I would call dimples, in the side, on each side where the magazine well is on this gun. Now, some have them, some don't. It appears this one does. Correct me if I'm wrong. Don't crucify me. But they are there, and the date on this receiver is actually 1967. So I've never seen a 67 one. I'm sure there's plenty of them out there. Most of them seem to be in the 70s of some sort, but this one is a 67 model. And as far as that goes, the numbers matching on these guns, you're probably going to get one that does not have numbers matching. Some parts may, some may not. The top cover on this one does not match the receiver. The bolt does not match the receiver. The piston bolt carrier does not match, or excuse me, the bolt carrier / piston does match the receiver. It does match the receiver. Those are the only 2 pieces on this gun that match that I have found so far. So if that's a big deal to you, shy away from them. But I'm pretty sure out there, guys, any one of these you get is going to have non-matching parts. These babies are probably put together pretty quick and out of a parts pile, and that's how it is. I knew that, fully expected it, so it wasn't a big deal to me. But if that is a big deal to you, it may be not an option for you to purchase one of these guns, because I don't think you're going to get one that's going to have a lot of numbers matching. You may luck out and get one that does, but in my case, I did not. So anyway, as long as it shoots, that's what my main concern is. And the quality of the rifle being put together seems to be really good. I have a Norinco Mac 90 from the 90s, and the quality on that gun is probably leaps and bounds over this one as far as the actual receiver, the millwork, and everything that's done on it. They are very high quality guns, internally and externally. The wood is, typical AK wood. It's a little bit better than this, but I wouldn't rate either one as being awesome. But the build quality of this gun is good. It's not bad. It's got a rougher finish on it. It's not really a blue. I know you guys out there, you know what this is, what type of finish they actually do this in, but I can't think of it off the top of my head. So anyway, it does have a Tapco trigger group and a Tapco handle on it, and you can change that if you want to. That's up to you. The handles are no big deal. It did come with two 40-round Bulgarian polymer magazines, plastic, whatever you want to call them. And I have here a Magpul AR magazine, just for comparison. This other magazine is actually out in my Jeep. I had it out yesterday. I was showing some buddies. So here's the one of the two that it came with. These things are actually pretty heavy duty. For those of you that may have these or have fired them, you may have a different opinion, but they are pretty solid. They very well compare to a Magpul as far as thickness of plastic, and looks to be in the same looks of durability. Now, Magpul guys out there might throw me under the bus for saying that, but they are pretty well comparable. This is a heavy. I was impressed. I thought it would be a cheap little flimsy plastic magazine. These damn things are pretty heavy. It's got a metal plate on the bottom. This part is metal, and it does say "Made in Bulgaria" on it, if it'll focus there. And it's got the little bullet, see the bullets up the side of the magazine for whatever reason, but it's not bad. It's pretty decent. And these magazines do fit very well inside the gun. There's shavings inside, which a lot of guys have said there's shavings inside where they've actually done receiver work on the gun itself. And if I can get this up without hitting myself in the head with the bipod, I'll get a view of it. Again, the lighting's not the best, guys, so bear with me here. But there it is. That's the receiver right there at the bottom of the receiver, the magwell, and it's not bad. It's not butchered. It looks really nice. And I'm going to try to put a magazine in here for you guys, which means I'm going to have to set the phone down, and it's going to go black here for a second, but just hang on, okay? Okay, so the magazine is now in it, and there is really no wobble at all in these magazines. Just a little bit here. Side to side is almost non-existent. Snaps right in. Fits very well. Looks really badass, in my opinion. Just hanging under there. I think it looks great. Fairly intimidating. And to have two of them come with it was a bonus. A lot of these come with one 30-rounder, but hey, two 40-rounders, I'll take it. And the drum itself, the drum snaps in also. Really easy, which I was concerned about that. It's a little tighter fit, I think, with the drum, and I have not used it to fire yet, so that's yet to be seen. So hopefully it feeds well. And if it doesn't, it could be anything from a range of the actual drum itself having some issues where it binds up or not. But we haven't even got that way yet. So hopefully I can put it in and she'll just rock and roll right away. That'd be great. So as far as all in all, I think these are a great gun. They are $699.99. You might be able to find them cheaper somewhere. There's a few of them out there. For a while, it seemed like it kind of dried up, and all of a sudden prices were going way up. But $700 seems to be the going rate. So I was okay with $700 for this gun. I think it was a good purchase for the times we're in. I mean, you never know. Tomorrow could come by, and we may not be able to pick these up anymore. So I pulled the trigger, and literally, and picked one up. So hope I'm not leaving anything out. Pretty sure I covered everything that most guys are going to want to know. Other than that, Classic Firearms has always been easy for me to deal with. I think every company goes through a period where they might get a few bad reviews or something. And I know Classic had an ownership change, and there were some issues for a little while. But over the past year, I've ordered several different guns from them, and I've come out really well with them. I've never had one issue one way or the other. And their communication is fantastic. You get emails for everything. When you order it, you get an email. When it is being packed, it tells you it's being packed. And then when it ships, you get tracking numbers. And the funny part about it is they will actually email you when it's out for delivery that day, and they will email you to tell you that it has been delivered to your FFL. And once you get the gun, a few days later, they will also send you an email wanting you to rate the service and do a review overall, which I think is fantastic. I mean, I've ordered from a couple other places, and I've never had anything like that. So I think they're going the extra mile to try to be, to be the good guys out there and dealing with these guns. And this is a Century weapon also. So it's put together by them. I'm not sure when or how or what all parts are put on once they get here, or how the gun is shipped overseas to here. But so, Century has its reputation of being yay or nay, some things good, some things bad. But so far, this one looks pretty good. But I will recommend everybody out there, before you fire it, to give it a thorough cleaning. Take the gun apart. Get rid of the little metal shavings that are inside, because they are in there. You will see them. And they can fly all over in there, so clean it out. Take the whole gun, disassemble it completely, and wash it out, literally, with solvent or something, whatever your preferable cleaner is, and clean her up. There's a lot of oil on it anyway, a lot of oil on the bipod to keep it from rusting. And there may be a little surface rust on the bipod somewhere here and there, but it's not bad. Wipe it all down, give it a little shot of WD-40 or something, and you're good to go. But what a great gun to have, Customize it if you want. It's not one of those things where I think if you change a few things, you're hurting the value of the gun at all. Keep the other original stuff if you want. Go out and have fun. So for Classic Firearms, great job on this one, guys. I appreciate it, and I'll get out to fire it as soon as I can. And if I can make a video of that, I will. But hopefully she rocks and rolls the way it's supposed to, and we'll all be good. So thanks a lot for your time, guys. Hope this answers your questions. And we'll see you for the next one.